What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Fireside Rangers. I'm your host, Eric Wilson. Today, joined by my co-host, Colin Alcaves. We're both in different settings today, I just realized, but the show goes on. We're here to talk about Artemi Panarin, aka Baldnarin, as of late, because once again, my king has shaved his head and has been on an absolute heater since doing so. So we're going to be breaking down Artemi Panarin's most recent stats since the shaving, how he's been playing, and the impact that he's having on the team as of right now. So we're going to get right onto that. But before we do, make sure you guys like, subscribe, ring that bell to miss notification. Be sure to leave your thoughts down in the comment section below, and be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms at Fireside Rangers. But before we really get into it, Colin, where are you? How are you doing today?
I'm good. My travels have now ended, and I'm in Washington, D.C. I'm visiting a fellow bald friend of mine, so him and Panarin have something in common. But tomorrow we're going to see Ovechkin play live. It'll be my first time seeing him. And it was kind of on my list of things to do before he retires or heads back to Russia. So
You've never been to a Caps game against the Rangers?
No, I don't. To my knowledge, I'd have to look back, but I'm near positive I'd remember that. And I don't think I've seen either him or Crosby, actually, not that I think about it.
Really? I know I've never seen Crosby, but I've seen Ovechkin twice. I know the first ever Ranger game I ever went to was against the Caps. And I remember the Rangers won like a blowout. They scored like 7 or 8 goals. This is back when I was like 10. Yeah. So I don't remember exactly, but it was a crazy blowout. And then I went with our buddy Alex a couple of years ago, and I remember it was a 1-0 win in a shootout. So I don't know if Ovechkin, I've ever seen him score, but maybe.
I'm hoping I'm watching him play the Devils, so I'm hoping he scores a couple on the Devils. But yeah, no, I'm excited to be here. Beautiful city. Excited to see some other teams play some hockey, as well as cover the Rangers while we're at it.
Of course. I'm excited for you. But yeah, let's get right into Artemi Panarin. I know you have the stats. It's 9 points in 4 games since he went bald. He's averaging over 2 points per game at the moment. Insane right now. It's magic. It's 2 times in a row. He's in a slump. He shaves his head, and all of a sudden, he becomes the best hockey player in the world. I know it's mostly a confidence thing, right? Is the hair actually magical? No. It's just changing something up, and that gives him a new sense of confidence. So I really like it. There wasn't really any funny quotes this time. Like the first time he did it, he said he needed to like exterminate the demons that lurked in his hair or something like that. This time he was just like, I just needed to change something up. So, but it's I still think it's funny. He looks like Gollum from Lord of the Rings. I don't know. There's that one picture that the Rangers posted where he's in the corner with his shirt off, looking like he's about to go look for his precious. But yeah, Colin, how do you think he's been playing recently?
I think you're looking at an entirely different player. I don't know if it's just the system has been more drilled into him. It's funny. I've seen on Twitter a lot, people posting about his defense too has been better. And they said if Artemi Panarin, you're getting him to play defense, then the system must really be working. But you mentioned it before, 9 points, 4 games, 3 goals and 6 assists. And really it's 9 in 3 games because we got shut out against the Islanders, unfortunately. But obviously a shutout means no points for him. So he's done all that work, all 9 of those points in the 3 other games, which is just, it's been very impressive. You're excited to see him playing with the confidence again, and seeing Trocheck back in there, obviously does help. But I think a lot of that is just attributed to, and it's something that Bobrovsky does too, is the shaving of the head. I saw that, I think Paul Bissonnette was saying it. He actually just shaved his head and face as well, trying to beat, I think he does some betting segment for TNT, and he had been on a slump, and he shaved everything. He still lost, I think, all 4 of his picks. But he tried the Panarin round. Now, apparently, we don't have to go sacrifice a goat on the ice because he just shaved his head and we're back.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say, you brought up Biz, and I was like, I don't know how credible Biz is as a source, considering what he said about how the Rangers need to sacrifice a goat or a sheep or whatever it was. But either way, Artemi Panarin is back, and having a player like Panarin playing the way he is, I think that's the most essential thing to this team. We have our grit players, our team players, Trocheck, Cooley, they'll get the hard job done, but at the same time, that's not enough to go all the way. You need someone who's going to consistently score points on a nightly basis every single game. And that's where Artemi Panarin comes in. We have some talented players. Zibanejad will always get some points. JT Miller, Lafreniere has been playing good too. But you need a star, right? You can't have all-star power like we saw a couple seasons ago in the Patrick Kane era. But you need at least one or two. And Panarin's our star. The thing is, with him, it just needs to translate to playoff success, which to us right now, I'm not worrying about that. Right now, the concern is getting into the playoffs. And we're not going to do that with Panarin playing the way that he was to start the season. So having him back, I think, is really going to help. And it's also going to improve his line mates as well. Look at Artemi Panarin ever since he went bald. Now look at Lafreniere. Lafreniere's production has also improved. So it's not only improving his stats, it's improving his line mates. So I am very, very happy to hear it and see it.
Yeah, and it definitely also gives you options now. And I'm going to bring up something that not a lot of people are going to like. Probably going to get some hate for it down low. But if Drury decides that it is time to move on from Panarin at the deadline and you get an offer that you simply can't refuse, having him play better means a bigger return. So it gives you options whether, if he is playing at that undeniable level where you can't trade him, then you keep him and you make that run with this core one last time before you kind of do a full reshape, because you're losing the biggest piece of that core, in my opinion, other than Chris Kreider, who's already gone. But if he isn't playing up to standards, or even if he is and the team just isn't meshing and they continue their home struggles and maybe they take a dive on the road and now they're just bad all around, which I don't think is going to happen. The underlying stats, as I've been saying all season long, are beautiful, and they just suggest that we're only going to get better. And you're starting to see the goals go in. I mean, we got 13 in the last 2 games, but say things do take a turn for the worse, and Panarin is still playing at a high level. Now you can ship him off somewhere else, clear that cap, and then also get a haul in return. I mean, you've seen what other players, worse players, have gotten for other teams. I mean, I think we gave a first for Andrew Kopp. So, I mean, if he's getting a first, you can only imagine what a guy like Panarin is going to get based just on name value alone. So, you want to see him playing at top level for both the success of the Rangers, and if the Rangers aren't succeeding, for the success of the future. God forbid that needs to be done. So I think it does give you good options. Now, I'm not saying I want to trade him. I think he's playing very well, and I like the way that the team is playing as a whole. And I'm hoping that the team can kind of turn the corner fully, that he might be a little bit more open to a hometown discount. I know he said no originally, but maybe just a little bit something a little bit better than what he's expected to get on the market, similar to what Gavrikov did. I'm not asking for the world, but I'm asking for a little bit cheaper. But time will only tell. Obviously, the better the Rangers play, the more inclined he is to stay. Last year kind of left a sour taste in everybody's mouth. So you're hoping that they bounce back this year, which I think they are going to, and that it makes it a desirable place for him to stay, and he can see himself winning here actually before he has to retire. And I think that that's fully a viable option. But like I said, only time will tell.
Yeah. I mean, you might get some hate in the comments for it, like you said, but it is an important point to make. Everyone knows me. I'm fully on board of the train of do not trade Artemi Panarin. I want to see this man retire as a Ranger, give him what he wants, keep him around. I don't care what needs to be done. I want to see him stay on the team. But if Chris Drury chooses to ignore my professional advice, as he sometimes does, and decides that he is going to go against my wishes and trade Artemi Panarin, this is important for his trade value. If he was playing the way he was at the beginning of the season and they go to trade him at the trade deadline this year, you're not getting much for him. Like you probably get a good haul because it is Artemi Panarin, and maybe with a change of scenery, he'd return to form. But at this point now, you're not just trading like a top 6 guy, you're trading a superstar, which is going to bring in a lot more. Like you said, Andrew Kopp got a first. That's ridiculous in my opinion. But that's the market, so I'll take it. So I don't even know what we would get. I mean, we've talked about Jason Robertson for a while. Maybe we include Panarin in like a sign and trade or something, to go get like another big name. But
and like I said, it's purely hypothetical.
Yeah, there's speculation.
All the options just to know, what could happen down the line. And you want to keep all, like, in my opinion, as I've always said, nobody's untouchable. Nobody. There's always going to be an offer. Like, I mean, not to bring football on this, I'm a Jets fan. Sauce Gardner. Never thought the guy was going to get traded. Somebody offers 2 firsts for him, you take it. You know what I mean? So like nobody's ever fully untouchable. If you get an offer that you really can't refuse, then you have to say yes. But so it's important to keep that in mind while also being optimistic about the future and saying that that's not what you want. And while I was saying I agree, it's not what I want, I like to just kind of have my head on a 360, always see all the possibilities. So that's the only reason I bring it up.
Yeah, no, it's good to bring up because it is a debate amongst the Rangers community, the fan base, is should they keep Panarin, should they trade Panarin? Whatever side you're on, this heater that Artemi Panarin has been on since shaving his head is a positive for you, no matter how you feel about it. So hopefully Artemi Panarin continues to keep shaving his head. Do not let that hair grow back. And he's more aerodynamic now. He'll keep skating faster, scoring more goals, and hopefully he just keeps it up. And we'll see where it goes from there. Whether the Rangers extend him, trade him, we'll talk about it when we get to that point in the future. But for now, we'll just keep following this little heater that he's on. So as that goes on, hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell to miss notification. As always, leave those thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms at Fireside Rangers. But most importantly, have a good one. And let's go
Rangers.